Turning my fiancée into an athlete, part 5. Today was a full body gym session, and we did something a little different for the warm up. We did a sit down, stand up, no hands challenge, which I like in the warm up because it's great for getting your body temperature up and getting your hips moving in all different ways and directions. We then made it a little bit harder by putting a pole behind her back so she couldn't use the momentum with her hands to push herself up, and she had to find out different ways to stand up. We then moved on to the plyometric part of the session. We did some single leg hurdle hops. Every week I'm trying to change up the extensive plyometric part of her session to keep her engaged and enjoying it, and keeping her progressing on every week. And adding in hurdles just makes it a little bit harder for her while she's still getting good reps in. Again, we did some drop jumps, but this time we increased the height of the box that she's landing from just to progress her on and to make it more challenging, and so she has to deal with more eccentric force from landing off the box. So trying to make her nice and quick, reactive off the floor with every jump. We then moved on to the jump part of the session, and today it was seated jumps onto a box. I like using this exercise because it can show how powerful you are concentrically. It has no wind-up phase where you can preload the muscles, so it's good to show how powerful you are without having to preload your muscles. We did 4 sets of 3 reps, just trying to increase the height of the box every set, until we got to a really challenging height for her. And then for the strength part of the session, we did some Zercher squats. I like the Zercher variation for squats because when she's been doing back squats, she sometimes hinges a little bit too far forward and then feels some pain in her hip. But when we do this variation, she doesn't hinge forward and her squats look a lot more squatty, and she gets no pain in her hip whatsoever. We did 3 sets of 8 reps, just building her up till she was on a challenging set. We then did some lateral squats, just trying to get her nice and low into the movement to work on some hip mobility, and because she gets a lot of hip injuries, this should strengthen her hips and her groins. And then for the upper body part, we did some chin-ups instead of pull-ups this time, again just using the band as assistance to help her up. We did 3 sets of 5 of these, and she's definitely looking a lot stronger with her pull-ups now. We then did some military press to work on her shoulder and pushing strength, before finishing her off with some ab work.